Hello, boys and girls. How are we doing? I'm back after a few days off for Comic-Con, which was lovely. If you haven't watched the Comic-Con vlog yet, you should watch the Comic-Con vlog. Had a lovely old time. But I am back, at least for the next couple of days. And then we're going to be having a bit of an extended time off, just to get the schedule out there early, so everybody's aware. Streaming today, streaming tomorrow. There's no network game on Thursday because of Zealand. So there's no network game on Thursday. And then I am off from Friday because we're off to Centre Parks. So there won't be any streams next week either. So couple more streams and then we'll be back streaming again from like the 13th, 14th. So squeezing in a couple more before time off o'clock. How are we all doing anyway? Thank you for the subs that are already coming in. Rob and Footsie and Lady Hades Pluto. Hold on, Anna's phoning me. Anna's not in at the moment. I just need to see what she wants. 1 second. Anna's at the shop and she was just asking what flavour crisps I want. I'm like, I've just had my lunch. She's found mushroom crisps in the shop apparently and wanted to know if I wanted mushroom crisps, which do sound nice. But then she offered bacon. And obviously bacon are the best crisps. Should we do a YouTube intro? We should probably do a YouTube intro because I'm going to forget if we get too far into this. There we go. Oh, why is the bottom of the screen not right? That's not good. There we go. Would come slightly askew. What save is this? Leamington. Oh, yeah, I remember. That's not part of the intro. Oh, boys and girls, this Premier League like is easy peasy, isn't it? We're a quarter of the way through the season, comfortably mid-table. Presumably, Champions League qualification is next, right? Right? There we go. One take Kev is at it again. Mushroom crisps. I mean, I am a big mushroom fan. I had a mushroom quesadilla at the weekend and it was delicious. I am definitely a mushroom guy, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about mushroom crisps. Will, thank you very much for the Prime as well. So I'm just trying to bring myself up. When was the last time we streamed? Was it Wednesday or Thursday? Might have been, I don't even remember. Thursday, maybe? And then Comic-Con happened. That coffee is so hot. I've just burnt all of the tongue bits off my tongue. My word. Oh, that was so hot. So this is how our season has been going so far. First season in the Premier League. We did spend a chunk of money in the summer. As you can see, a chunk of money has been spent. But we've started the season really quite well, including back-to-back wins in the Premier League against Wolves and Leicester. We've been doing this thing where we set a points target for each batch of 6 games, and we are ahead of our points target. I think we were looking to get to 15 points by game 12. We're on 16 points, which is definitely good. So if we look ahead at our next 6 games, Villa, Leeds, Arsenal, Brighton, Liverpool, Everton. So it's these 6. We're ignoring Manchester City exist for now. So based on these 6, I'm assuming we lose against Arsenal and Liverpool. But I think we can pick up 8 points from those 6 games. I think we've got a chance against Villa and Brighton at home for sure. Everton at home, Leeds away. So I think 8 points from the next 6 will be an excellent return for us, which would be 24 points by game 18. If we can get to 24 points by game 18, realistically, with Manchester City there, we're looking at 24 points by the end of the year. So by New Year's Eve, 24 points on the board, I think we'll be very, very happy. So that's now what we're aiming for. I'm just seeing what's going on in the chat. There's some criticism of mushrooms, and I won't stand for it. Mushrooms are the greatest vegetable, even though I don't think they even count as a vegetable, do they? Mushrooms are a law unto themselves, and they're delicious. Mushrooms are just a conduit for flavour. They're just a texture that you can add flavour to. That flavour should usually be garlic, and it's just great. How was Popeyes? Popeyes was brilliant. One of the best fast food places I've ever been to. It's right up there with Five Guys as like premium fast food. Five Guys was not Five Guys. Popeyes was amazing. Very much approve. I ate a whole bag of prawn cocktail What's-Its. Oh, Dad, I can't do What's-Its. What's-Its just a little bit grim, I think. How would you not burn tongue bits off your tongue? By not drinking really hot coffee. Alan, thank you for 26 months. Lovely stuff. Chiltsy wants me to hydrate again, even though my coffee's still too hot to drink. This feels like punishment. Is there a food mushroom doesn't go with? I don't think so. Mushroom is just great. Right, now I want a new contract, which is completely reasonable. He is a key player for us. Paul, thank you for 23 months. Started playing Tour. Goda left me at the end of the first season. Boo. That's really sad. Oh, no, doesn't need a new contract. I can't imagine Goda wanting to leave. Me and him are so tight. We're big buddies. This really is me. Thank you for 11 months. I did have a nice weekend at Comic-Con. It was great. Mushroom probably doesn't go with cake. I think it'd probably depend on the kind of cake. Because they're largely flavourless. Like I say, you can just add your own flavour to them. I've never done it, but I'm sure you could just add like sugar to mushrooms and they'll probably just taste like little explosions of sweet flavour. The correct thing, garlic butter. Garlic butter on mushrooms is probably the greatest thing there is. I mean, garlic butter even makes snails taste good. I imagine I'm actually a fan of garlic butter and mushrooms are just the byproduct. We're having some terrible mushroom-related dad jokes come in. If carrot can be a cake, then mushrooms can be a cake. That is an excellent point. An excellent point. Right, we have a local derby here against Aston Villa. One of our closest rivals. Obviously, now we've moved back to the great city... Town probably. The great town of Leamington. Is Leamington a city or a town? Now we've moved back to the great spa of Leamington. We're not quite as close to Villa as we were before, but as Coventry are never likely to make it back to the Premier League because they're pathetic, we have to establish new local rivals. And with Birmingham and Coventry deep down in the nether regions of the league, I guess we're looking at Villa, Wolves, and then West Brom every other year as rivals. Leamington's a town. Okay. I can cope with that. Mushrooms are just garlic delivery carbohydrates, which is why they're great. Wellington's just won Premier League Player of the Month. That shows how good a signing this guy has. Oh, Beefy. Beefy's had a great start to life at Leamington. He thinks it's a city, even if you lot don't. Pureed mushroom can give cake an earthy taste. Well, there you go. Ed Webb's won Young Player of the Month as well, which is a little bit of a surprise because he's barely played. He's only started 5 games all season. I think that's a bit generous. Generous. He was injured for half of them. If he only played 2 games, 1 off the bench, and got Premier League Young Player of the Month. So because he scored a goal against Wolves, he got Premier League Young Player of the Month. If anything ever demonstrated how against playing young players the AI managers are, that should be it. Chris Sparks getting runner-up in the Young Player of the Month as well, despite only playing, well, starting 2 games. Yeah, this is either really biased towards the human player or the AI doesn't play anybody under the age of 24. It doesn't start playing young players until the old players retire, and it just sticks with them until they can barely move anymore. Is the town the spa? It's because it was spring in the town, hence spa. Okay. Did Pav get his card time okay? Well, he gave most of them to... Well, not most of them. He gave a big chunk of them to Sheepdog to give to his kids. Any doubles, Sheepdog took home. So Sheepdog ended up with a bigger pile of cards than Pab did off the back of that opening that we did in the hotel. I have now opened a box at home as well, which will be coming out in a video later this week. My Astral Radiance binder is looking pretty good already. It is, I mean, just spoilers. Look at this. This is my Astral Radiance binder. This is the new set. We're already doing pretty well. on Astral Radiance because I've opened so much of it already. How do you use the Prime sub? I don't do it. I don't know. There's a button there that you can press. I'm sure someone in the chat can help you. Right. All eyes on Kadrich, who I'm surprised he didn't win Young Player of the Month. Actually, his most recent month hasn't been too hot. He was great before that. But let's just beat Villa. That's the important thing. Let's beat Villa. I was going to buy a box, but all those doubles have put me off. I mean, that's fairly standard Pokemon stuff. You do get a lot of doubles. And it's not a bad thing if you're looking to play with the cards, because you want like a play set of cards is 4 cards. So if there's a card you want to actually play, you want 4 of them anyway. Oh, there's Kadrich. Look at him just hanging around, being 6'8", like a wonderful specimen. And we're 1-0 up against Villa. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Bought my first batch of cards from Magic Madhouse. Excellent stuff. Hope you used my affiliate link. But if not, either way, they're very good. I've got a package coming from them in the next day or two, which should be all the cards I need for the next live box break we're doing, which I think we've got 3 boxes set aside for that at the moment. There might be a 4th being added because it's nearly sold out already. So, yeah, it seems there's a lot of interest in Astral Radiance. There is Wellington. A little bit of a tame shot at the end of a good run forward. Loving how much of an influence you are converting Anna to Crocs. I mean, you could say I converted Anna to Crocs. You could also say I just bought a pair for Anna and Andy because we're going to Centre Parks next week. And I just figured they're quite cheap. They were on offer. They were like £25 each. And they're going to be really handy for when we go to the pool. So I just got them two, both a pair as well. Poor old Short Stay is going to have to slum it in his trainers when we go swimming. But I figured it would be useful pool shoes, as we're likely to be swimming every day, because that's the best thing to do at Centre Parks. Not just because it's the free thing to do at Centre Parks. It's also the best thing to do there. We are hovering on the verge of the European qualification spots. We've not got any silly aspirations of actually qualifying for Europe. Our goal for the season is to get to 40 points as quickly as possible and stay safe in the Premier League. But we're certainly enjoying this little winning run that we appear to be on at the moment. And Devon Creel this time is hovering there at the far post. I thought it was aiming at Kadrich again, but Creel, I think, is 6'5", 6'6". We've got a lot of big meaty boys in this team, which is why we're doing so well, I guess. Big meaty boys are overpowered. We know this to be true. Larios, charge forward, lovely ball forward to Murphy. Couldn't quite get there before the goalkeeper. And Mola, thank you very much for 8 months. I don't have a discount code with Magic Madhouse. No, they wouldn't give me a discount code. I've got to prove myself with an ordinary affiliate code first, and then I might earn a discount code. Was the general gist of how it works, I think. Which, I mean, it's quite a tough sell, saying, please use my affiliate code. It doesn't save you. It doesn't save you anything. There's no real incentive for you. I do get paid if you do it, though. So if you could be so kind as to use my link, that'd be super. But yeah, hopefully, if enough people use it, we'll eventually earn a discount code, which would be nice. But at the moment, no discount. Dilbo Baggins, thank you for the sub. We're aiming at Kadrich again. He seems up for it today from these corners, although we have been caught on the counter-attack a little bit here. And Villa have got in behind us. We need someone to get the tackle in. They do not. And now Anna is phoning me again, and I need to find out what's going on. It's Anna on the phone, everybody. Anna, tell everybody what's happened.
I fell over into a ditch.
Anna's fallen into a ditch.
And I broke my hand.
You haven't broken your hands. You've hurt your hands. You're using the phone. They're not broken.
Well, they've got, like, scratches and blood coming out of it.
I mean, do I need to find the Wallace and Gromit plasters?
No, I can see the speedometer. I'll be back in a minute.
Goodness me. So, yeah, if anyone lives near us, I'm not going to tell you where that is, and sees a short woman in a ditch, go and help her out of it, please. Right, I'll see you in a minute.
Bye.
Bye. This is why I don't let her out of the house on her own normally. We did score a football goal, though, so that's all right. Right, where's Godwin? There he is. It's Sandro on as well. Another big boy. Wall jumper, thank you very much for the sub. Did she say I can see a bone? I don't think she said I can see a bone, did she? I think she said I can see blood. If she said I can see a bone, she probably does need help. We've conceded again against Aston Villa. Not ideal. We wanted to beat this lot. Come on, chaps. Why has that gone all the way back to Worcester? How very odd. Come on, let's have a late winner. We've got all the big boys on. Oh, lovely work from Varecchia. That's beautiful. Come on, Sandro's in! Oh, Sandro with his first ever Premier League goal! Oh, all the big boys are at it today. What a derby this is. Lovely. A while of a time re-verifying my Twitch account. Nice. Good old Twitch, eh? Oh, they're coming at us again here. This is not over. Come on, let's not concede, please. If it's a tall woman in a ditch, just leave her there. Just leave her there. We've conceded again. Referee, was that offside? Or do we have to go again? 3-3. This is silly. So we're aiming for 24 points at the 18 game mark. Not winning this one makes that a little bit harder to do. So we're not struggling to score, but we probably do need to tighten up a little bit at the back. I have to find my first aid kit. If you can see the bone, I probably need to put a plaster on it. I collect Panini football stickers. I do for like the World Cup and the Euros, so I will be getting them when they're out for the World Cup. And I have done videos for the last couple of big tournaments. Yeah, if you search my YouTube channel, there's lots of sticker opening videos for the Euros, the previous World Cup. So yeah, I'll be doing that again. Oh, pre-recruitment contract advice. Get rid of all of them is my advice. But it's already December. Hello, recruitment meeting. How are you doing? How are you today? Oh, Brazilian. Yes, I'll have one of those. I don't even know. I didn't even pay attention. Have we got money? Or have we spent everything? I think we've got like 5 million, haven't we? Does it say anywhere? I feel like it should say somewhere on this screen. I think we've got about 5 million, and obviously the option to bring in loans as well. I'm not really sure what we need. We're doing quite well. Don't really want to rock the boat. Don't want to block the progress of my young English boys. That being said, if there's another fancy Brazilian we can bring in, balls to the English boys, which is my motto. Words to live by right there. Right, these are pretty much all already being scouted, which shows how good our scouting network is. Wonderful. And Wellington's getting better all the time. What's the prediction? My prediction for the World Cup this year? Everyone will moan about it being in the wrong time of the year. We won't enjoy it as much. That's my main prediction. It won't be as much fun because it's going to be cold. You're not going to be able to go and watch it in the beer garden because it's going to be November. It's going to be cold. Everyone's going to moan. It's going to mess up the rest of the football season, and everyone will have a moody about it. That's my main prediction. That Brazilian was 140,000, was he? Let's come and have a little nose over here. If he's any good, he'll show up on here as well. Brazilian. I thought that was Odin again for a minute there. I don't know why I'm looking. This probably isn't the most efficient way to go look for him. Does anyone remember his name? We could be here a while doing this. In fact, he's probably not showing up because either he doesn't want to sign or he won't get a work permit. Let's just do things the normal way. Right, Leeds away. I kind of budgeted for a draw here, but they're in 18th place. So maybe we can grab a football win with 3 games unbeaten. When is Ronnie Edwards getting in the England squad? Depends if he starts the season for Dortmund or not. If he's starting for Dortmund from August, you never know, he might sneak in. But I suspect he won't be in it anytime soon. Jozingo. Oh, this guy. Jarzinho. Well, he's not 140,000. He's 13 million. That's completely different. He won't. Dortmund brought Sula and Schlotterbeck this summer. Well, he's also linked with Leipzig and Manchester United and a few others, so it might not be Dortmund that he goes to. Dortmund seems like the most sensible one because they do good with young English players, but he's been linked to a few. I think Anna's just got back. I need to go and let her in. It was Anna. She is alive. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. She didn't say bone. I don't know why you all heard her say bone. She didn't say bone. She did get me some Lays, though. Did you go all the way to France?
I did.
Grilled bacon
They
Lays.
had fromage and bolognese.
Nice. There you go. You can pop them with...
All the men that are watching, if you have lady friends, get them a facial.
I don't think you can hear her. She's telling you all to get your lady friends facials. That's where she's been. She's been having her head rubbed.
And fingering.
Yeah, and she got fingered as well. Do you want to show your fingers?
But you can see them. Can't come in.
They're green. They're blue, apparently, not green. Right. Kleber is the name of the person we're looking for. Okay. Kleber. We just search for him. We've had a Kleber before. This guy, 140k. Okay. Okay, 140k, 5-star potential. Not good enough to play just yet. He's not going to get a work permit. Oh, would likely gain a work permit. Why? On what basis would he likely gain a work permit? I do not understand the work permit system. He's a 5-star potential Brazilian, less than £250,000. We are still scouting, and we don't need to rush into it. Right. Come along then. Playing against Leeds United. Yeah, let's go beat them. Get back on track. Come on! It's the Lee Derby. We've not had one of these for a few years. Everyone loves the Lee. The Lee. Either way, we need to win. We're the best team in the league. That's what we need to prove. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Ever been to Binley Mega Chippy? I don't even know what that means. It feels like a big stack of nonsense that you spout in there. What pitch are we playing on? Well, at the moment, the one at Elland Road. Can we have a highlight, please? A highlight would be nice. Here we go. A football goal incoming. Give it to the big boys. Oh, here comes a goal. I can taste a goal here. Kadrich, penalty referee. Forget the penalty. Let the goal stand. Let the goal stand. Larios. Lovely stuff. I haven't renamed the stadium yet. I do need to remember to do it. I haven't done. It's on my to-do list with sorting out naming the game players as well, which I also haven't done. I've been busy. I'm trying to get all of next week's videos recorded and scheduled by the end of Wednesday. It's not going to happen because I'm streaming both days. Oh, I've got windy pops now. I've been working my little buttocks off, though. Trying to get to that point. We've not got Godwin on the bench. This seems like an oversight. Right, Veracci is tired. So Dolman can come on for him. Mirth is having a terrible game, so Sandro can come on for him. And then we need someone to freshen up the midfield as well. Doddy! How was Comic-Con? Excellent. Panel? Even better. Yeah, I had a really good time at Comic-Con. The panel was great and well received as usual. Looking forward to hopefully doing it again in October. Already asked if we can come back and do the panel again. I've also applied to do it at EGX because I think it would be a nice fit there as well. So yeah, good to be back doing that kind of thing again. I've got lots of speaking stuff coming up. I've got Summer in the City. I've got the autism show. I like standing on a stage talking about myself. It's one of my favourite things. So glad that I've got the opportunity to do so much of that this year now. Right, come on, gentlemen. Let's not concede a late goal again. Oh, we're going to, aren't we? Oh, what a piece of defending that was from Weaver. Lovely work from him. Who was on the panel. It was the same as the panel from October, but we added Connor Ward, who has been on it previously with us. Let's face it, CJ, you don't know who any of the people are on it. Henry, if you type the words Binley, Mega, or Chippy, again, I'm going to time you out because you're being weird. I know you think you're being hilarious, but the rest of us think you're weird. So probably pack it in would be the easiest thing to do. Conhow, thank you very much for 17 months. That puts us right back on track, back into the top half of the table. Just need 4 points from the next 4 games now. And we're on target with what we were looking for. Arsenal away is probably going to be a struggle. How good are Arsenal in this universe? Better than us. Have I seen who the goalkeeper is for the Creative Cup team? I haven't. Has it been announced? Or I haven't looked since the last time we looked on stream. Get out of town, Newcastle. Posture check. There we go. Right. Brighton a rock bottom I've just seen. That's another opportunity for a win. We just need to not get embarrassed against Arsenal. That cup keeps my coffee too hot. I want to drink my coffee, not have it constantly burn my lips. Guardiola at Arsenal. That sounds about right. He's finally made that step up to a big club. Good on him. He's been on Soccer AM in goal for them and Soccer AM Pro Am. And you know the... I mean, are you going to give me a name or are we playing the guessing game? Let's have a look. So, this is Team YouTube. I'm looking for anyone that I didn't see the last time to suggest they might be the goalkeeper. Is he a goalkeeper? He's got long sleeves on. Does that make him a goalkeeper? There we go. So this is the guy. Oh, he's 6'5". Oh, he's going up for corners. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. I will allow it. About time we had someone tall in the team. Oh. We're going to win the Champions League. That's the plan. Then we'll do something else. Plays for Manny's Sunday League team. How very exciting. Right. Look at these relationships that we've got with these boys. Everyone loves everybody apart from Sandro. Nobody likes Sandro. Where's Cadrich? Cadrich is tired. Okay. That's why we've got not quite as good tall man in the team. That makes sense. May as well rest the big boy against Arsenal where we're not going to win anyway. Have I decided who I'm going to be in the beta yet? I haven't really given it any thought, to be honest. Chelsea, maybe? I don't think I've done Chelsea before, have I? Or have I done Chelsea before? I think Chelsea's probably a fun one this summer. So probably Chelsea. I think Villa could be fun too. Villa aren't a big enough club to do for the beta. It's got to be a top 6 team. Got to get those sweet, sweet views. It's got to be one of the Super League 6. I've done Spurs before. I went with Arsenal. Yeah, exactly. One of the big 6. Top 6 or Newcastle. Newcastle's boring. No, I think Chelsea's probably the obvious one. City with Haaland. Yeah, but there's no challenge to it, is there? I mean, that beta save is just a case of, yeah, you win everything. Dominate everything forever, the end. It's not that interesting, is it? I don't think I've done Chelsea or Manchester City before for the beta. So, but no, I think Chelsea is the obvious one. Lovely work from Merthyr. Did Liverpool to actually win a Champions League? I did Liverpool before, got sacked after 8 games, ended up as Everton manager in the Championship. And then I think I won the Champions League with that Everton team. Competent Alpaca, thank you for 3 months. And I acknowledge Man United should be worse, but they're also still very litigious. So I'm not going to be managing them on YouTube again. Ever. I did Chelsea for FM 17 or 18, did I? That doesn't mean I can't do them again. Oh, Sparksy with some lovely work there in midfield. We're coming for you, Arsenal. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's like a rugby attack. Just coming across in a wave. Juventus need a rebuild. Yeah, but they don't allow their name to be in the game. So again, I'd rather avoid clubs like that. Why not do an Italian team? Because I want views. That's when I make the bulk of my money for the year, the month or so around the game coming out. I can't risk it with a series that no one's going to watch. And as much as you lot, the hardcore who are here for a stream, might be like, I'd quite like to see you manage an Italian team. Doesn't, I think we're with in the nicest possible way, you lot will watch any old tripe I put out. It's the casuals who only turn up for the month that the game is released that I need to hook in with a big Premier League team. What about Nottingham Forest? I'm probably going to do a Forest save before the end of FM22. I promised Short Stay if they ever got to the Premier League, I'd do a save with them. So they're quite high up the list to do after tour. In that, in the Barcelona slot. Once we've got the updated databases and stuff. So there might be a Forest save this year yet. I certainly won't do them for the beta. But they could end up happening before then. Oh, fine, we'll put Doddy in there. Everyone's shattered. For the mystery save. The mystery save is very much a I'm not even sure if it's possible thing. If it's possible, then it'll be great, but I don't even know if it's possible. So it's on the list, but I don't need to start looking into it yet because we're still in the early days of tour. Tour's going to be one of those saves where once we actually get to the top flight, we might be just about hitting halfway through the save. We've then got to topple Paris Saint-Germain, which is going to be probably quite challenging. That'll be my prediction. Probably quite challenging. Juventus would be a fun beta FM23 save. I mean, it would be if they weren't Zebra. Because remember, I don't mod the beta. And there's not a chance of Football Manager pushing that out to people. Or acknowledging that it even exists, because they can't. So, yeah, there's not a chance I would do that. When it's your job, you have to think more about more than what would be a fun save. You have to have your business hat on as well. And doing a Juventus save is dumb for business. As a Greek myself, if you do a Forest save, beware of Forest owner. He's the owner of Imply Archives, won't travel fixing games, carrying 1 ton of coke. Wow. Interesting. Do a save in Portugal. Again, I mean, I don't think you get that nobody would watch that. Once you start signing these Brazilian wonder kids that have French as a second nationality, I really hope they exist. Can I check how Saka's career has panned out? If you want to throw 10,000 Kev points into the kitty, we can look up a player for sure. Imagine all these points are moot because if they update national team management like his hopes and England save for the beta becomes quite lucrative. I doubt it'll ever. I doubt it will appeal enough to do it instead of a club. You might do it alongside a club. I don't think people are going to want to do international football. I mean, if the game comes out smack bang in the middle of the World Cup or immediately before the World Cup, I think everyone will do an international save alongside their main save, but it wouldn't be instead of. What's the drop off in what's the drop off in views when you leave the English pyramid? Can be like halved or worse. Do you reckon you'll do predictions on stream for points? What do you mean predictions? What, as in for the next match and stuff? We've done it before. We need a mod in to be able to do it, though. Have we got any mods in today? I'm not going to do it. Australia save would be different. Win the Asian Champions League. See, you've hit the nail on the head there in your opening statement. I think you think it's a positive. Australia save would be different. Exactly. That's why nobody would watch. That's why I can't do it. I'll level with you folks. I didn't think this was going to be a discussion. Someone asked, I said, yeah, probably Chelsea. I've not really thought about it. Probably Chelsea. And that remains the case. Probably still Chelsea. Might be someone different. Tom's Peru save is actually quite good to watch and interesting. I mean, not that I want to seem like I'm going after a fellow creator live on stream. Let's just check out what you're saying here. Where's his Peru save? Is that this one? Is it this? I mean, his most recent video, he got 2,000 views on. I can't feed my kids if I get 2,000 views on a video. And it's a lot less than he was getting on 100 episodes plus of his Wrexham save. He's getting far fewer views on his new save, just like I am. I've left England, and views are way down compared to what they were when I was in England. So if we go back to when I was at Norwich, we're looking at 25 to 30,000 views an episode. Even in Non-League to Legend, when I started to go abroad, views started to drop. They're down at Real Madrid. They're down at Dortmund. They're down at Tor. It's just the nature of it, because so much of the audience is based in the UK. Presumably most of them in England, but YouTube doesn't break it down to that level. It just tells me UK. English saves are the most popular. I can show you on the analytics that, where are we? There you go. That's my audience. So when more than 50% of my audience is in the UK, that's where most of my saves need to be. It's just the way of it. Zealand's a different situation because Zealand's viewers are majority American. So it's very different. They don't have a league, do they? They've just got that weird retirement home. So I guess if you're an American football fan, you're more inclined to watch saves from other parts of the world. So Zealand's a special case because for Zealand, these numbers are probably flipped. Whereas my audience is predominantly UK and they want to see the football they know, because British people are afraid of change and new. Then it's boring if it's England only. It's only boring if you watch every single video. And even then, I try not to make it boring. But you've got to remember, the idea is to appeal to new people constantly as well, to keep growing the channel. Scotland save. Oh, we could potentially do some stuff in Scotland. I hear the Scottish people love me. Lemoyne, I think we're going to sell permanently rather than letting him out on loan. We almost sold him in the summer, and then we've not played him at all. So let's just bin him off. Okay. Rangers to the moon. I mean, it won't be Rangers or Celtic if I do a save in Scotland. I value my sanity too much to have those like mouthing off at each other in my comments every day. Yikes, that sounds horrible. It would be a harmless little Scottish club. Have I ever done a save with Spurs? I've probably managed Spurs more than any other club, I would think. Right, we apparently have an excellent youth intake coming, which I'll believe it when I see it, because we've never had a good youth intake in this entire save. But apparently there's one coming. We shall see. I strongly recommend you don't hold your breath. Surely Posh and Spurs are up there together. Yeah, probably. I don't even really count Posh towards the number because I do a Posh save every year and always have. As a Posh fan, I'm always going to do Posh. But yeah, Spurs and Arsenal do seem to come up a lot. Taking out Barcelona has been my one favourite save and two my best viewed save. Best viewed, if we're taking Barcelona out, best viewed would be this year's non-lethal legend probably. And then the next one will be the previous year's non-lethal legend, and the next one will be the previous year's non-lethal legend. It always outperforms everything else I do, apart from Barcelona, that being the one freak save that did better than everything. My favourite one to do. Maybe a pollen? But nobody watched it. Because it was a weird club in a weird league. Yeah, the network game's a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't even really think of the network game with stuff like this. But yeah, the network game's a good shout. It's certainly not the most viewed. It gets fewer views than everything else. But fun-wise, the network game's great. If you do an International World Cup save, who would it be? Yeah, England. Don't even have to. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it with anyone else because I wouldn't know enough of the players. Definitely England. I watched it. I mean, obviously you lot watched it. You're here for a stream. I mean, the wider audience didn't watch it. Create a club. I mean, if we do create a club, it'll be home again. We won't be doing it this year or next year. We're giving home a little bit of a rest. But sooner or later, I'll get an itching to make some money selling replica shirts again. And then home will come back. Network game is my favourite FM content at the moment. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying the network game. What we'd have in an ideal world is like a network game. I haven't spoke to any of the others about this. And it wouldn't actually work, which is why I say in an ideal world. But it would be good if it was on. Oh, what a goal from Kadrich. Lovely stuff. If we had a network game YouTube channel where we could just upload one version of the highlights and then split the revenue from it. Because I think all of us it costs us all because people aren't going to watch all 4 versions of the highlights. So, yeah, it's the least viewed thing that I do on YouTube. It also gives me my lowest stream numbers of the week because people are split between the 4 of us. So as much as it's really fun to do, and I've talked to Diz quite a lot about this on that podcast I did with Diz, I think it actually is a massive net benefit for each of us individually. I think it's massively grown all of our audiences, even though you don't necessarily see it during that content. I think the fact that we've all grown quite a lot outside of that content is because of the cross-pollination. But it would just be nice to come up with a solution where YouTube didn't punish us for having the individual videos out. But to have a YouTube channel that only releases 1 video a week, it would never even get monetized. So the idea of splitting the money wouldn't work, so there wouldn't be any money to split. So, oh, Tommy. Well, there's been 2 goals gifted by terrible defensive mistakes in this match. Tom Wooster's better than that. Oh, dear. Just put it out for a throw, Tom. What are you thinking there? Oh, dear me. YouTube channel for network, so need an editor for it and then take the best. Yeah, but how does that pay for itself? Because it's not going to be monetized because there's only 1 video a week coming out on it. So who's paying for that editor? It would cost us all money for not having the content on our own channels. Like I say, it's an ideal world thing that in practicality doesn't really work. Unless we all just decide to consider it a loss-leading investment. Which I don't know that any of us are in the position to do. It's a big time commitment for something that we know is going to be losing us money. So I think the way we've got it at the moment is the best way it can work. Oh, Cadrich, what a man. How many views do you think it would get on 1 channel? I think you'd get 30 or 40,000 views a week if it was all in one place. You do only once a month on each of your channels. That then crosses the line between encouraging people to follow other creators and kind of forcing them to keep up the story. I think that would have a counterproductive impact. There'll be people who watch the network game but don't like 1 or more of the people who are in it and don't want to subscribe to their channel. I think what we've got at the moment is the best solution. It's just not the ideal solution. Can't believe we've not beaten them lot. That is a worrying indication that a wobble might be coming. I mean, if we still get to 24 points by the end of the year, then fine. But that feels like 2 points lost there. Similar to the Villa game. They were probably the 2 easiest matches of this spell. With 3 games in, we've only got 2 points. To get the 8 from these 6 that we're aiming for, we need to win two of these next 3 games. I think one of them is against Liverpool. So we're making it a little bit tougher for ourselves here. Oh, of course, we beat Leeds, didn't we? So actually, we've got 5 points. So we need 1 more. So we just need to beat Everton. As long as we beat Everton, we're on target. I forgot about the Leeds game. Okay, it's not as bad. Adwin, thank you for 5 months. Beautiful stuff. I like that Cadrich is turning into a Premier League player. Good. Yeah, this is the first season in the Premier League. Paul Clement's lost his damn mind. I mean, I like Cadrich. But come on now. Should we do a comparison of the 2 of them? I mean, Paul, I think I probably would swap him. I know Haaland's 35 and Kadrich is 22. I think I'd probably still swap him. If PSG came in now and said, do you want to just swap him? I think I'd probably swap him. But we'll let Paul Clement have his little moment of madness in the media. I've had a little look at that Pokemon Football Manager YouTube, Twitter thing. I've talked to them a couple of times. They're having a bit of fun with it. It looks good. Haaland's only worth 9 million. Just buy him outright. I don't think we can pay his wages. Tottenham's Joe Bursick, did that say? Oh, he's barely played. I don't know why that was newsworthy, really. Man who's barely ever played a Premier League game retires, but that's newsworthy. I thought Bursick had actually got really good. Just seen Everton a fourth. I don't know that we're going to win either of these games against a second place Liverpool and a fourth place Everton. And then we play Manchester City afterwards. This could be the start of quite a miserable run of games. Because we've got Liverpool, Everton, Man City, Man United. We could go 6 games without a win here. Which in turn will cause morale problems. That game against AFC Wimbledon is going to be crucial. We're going to need a big win there to get ourselves back in the right frame of mind. Unless we win some of these games, we're not going to. Oh, Doddy, come on, sort your life out. Oh my word, why is Quick Pick recommending Emmett Walsh for the Liverpool game? That's something that should never happen. Emmett Walsh, who nobody in the Championship wanted to buy in the summer. Look at this run of games. Hideous. McKay George, thank you for 4 months. Personal favourite YouTube FM save. We just talked about this a minute ago. Probably Apollon. Enjoyed Apollon. It was fun to do something a little bit different. I mean, contrary to everything I was saying before, that's why at this time of year I don't mind doing something a little bit different. That's why I'm doing tour now. At this time of year, most of the casuals aren't watching anyway, so I don't have to cater to them. I could do something a little bit different, which is why this is the time of year when I tend to experiment a little bit. So I'm really enjoying tour. Tour is looking like it's going to be a very fun save. Is there ever been a save I haven't enjoyed doing? I didn't enjoy the Mexico save. Or the Mexican save with Chivas. Because we were doing a director of football save in Mexico. And for whatever reason, the director of football just was not making signings. So it kind of took all the fun out of it, really. We had that going on, but at the same time, we couldn't stop winning. So we were just winning everything without even trying. The squad was falling apart. And it was weird. It was too easy, but also not at all going to plan. So I didn't really enjoy that. I also had a brief spell in the MLS with Columbus Crew in Non-League to Legend a few years back and did not enjoy that at all. The MLS was just a confusing mess that I got out of as quickly as possible. Tours a thank you to long-term fans who understood the background. So yeah, exactly. Tour is my little nod to the past and saying, look, no story is going to be left open-ended forever. We loop back round. We'll always loop back round. Schalke will be done one day. Not anytime soon. Now they've been promoted again. We need a Schalke falling apart story to justify going back now. But these teams don't come off the table completely. Don't trust the AI enough to do a director of football save about creating an all-20s director of football. I think in the English leagues it would work fine. We see every summer the director of football offers me great players. Oh, Larios is good. I like Larios. How's the Steam Deck treating me? I'm enjoying it. All I'm really using it for is playing through Persona 4 Golden again, which I'm about 25 hours into now. But it's a lovely bit of kit, the Steam Deck. Highly recommend them. Did pull the plug quite early in Mexico. I mean, because views were hideous. No one was watching. No one was enjoying it. We'd already won everything after about 15 episodes. What more? What was the point in carrying on? It just didn't really go to plan. Have I ever made an 11 of players from my saves? Not for 3 or 4 years. I did early on. It's too complicated to do now. I'd forget about them. Well, we're 2-0 up against Liverpool, boys and girls. What is going on here? This is top of the Premier League, Liverpool. We are 2-0 up against them. It's probably too early to be 2-0 up against. That's lovely work from Kadrich. We're giving them too much time to get back in, but at the moment, woo! Does that mean Hamilton in Scotland is still up as you really push the big two in Scotland? I definitely enjoyed my time in at Hamilton. It's Chris spending his wages wisely for once. Good work, Chris. 34 months. Beautiful. Anyone from Twitch is watching, there really should be a way to give him a free sub without me having to give £3 to Twitch to do it. Oh, it's Prime. Okay. It's. I guess that is okay. I think it's pouring with rain in real life and in game. No wonder Anna fell over. She knew it was going to rain. She was slipping on future wet floors. Saw people are modding their Steam Decks, changing fans and stuff. Yeah, I'm not that into all that kind of stuff. I've never really been one for fiddling with hardware. I'm just enjoying the bit of kit. Love having games to play on the go like that. I'm a big fan of the Switch. So, very big fan of the Steam Deck. Need them to announce Persona 5 Royal for Steam now. So that as soon as I'm done with Persona 4, I can have another playthrough of Persona 5. Do the games run smoothly? Yeah, they run really well. You would think the games were made specifically for it. It's my favourite Switch game. Probably... Oh, I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. The one with the one that's the Advance Wars style thing. What the hell was that called? Can't remember the name of it. Switch games. I'm looking it up now. What the hell is that game called? I played it for like 100 hours. I was obsessed with it earlier in the year. The fantasy style thing. It's not Advance Wars. It was made by the same people who made Advance Wars. What the hell is it called? Set in like a set in the past. Magic. School type, university type place. I'm not doing it justice. What the hell is that game called? This is going to ruin me. Oh my word. Fire Emblem! I think it's Fire Emblem. Yeah, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Fire Emblem 3 Houses is my favourite game on Switch. At the moment. God, that was hard work. That shouldn't have been as hard as it was. My description of it was hideous as well. My goodness. Oh, Marco Kadrich. I just want to kiss him on the mouth, but I can't get up to his mouth height. The problem is the January transfer window is about to open and he's doing this against Liverpool. We might be seeing the last days of Cadrich as a Leamington player. Yes, I'm looking forward to the Advance Wars reboot. I loved Advance Wars way back when. Wellington's got all 4 assists in this game, by the way. Wellington's doing a 10 out of 10 with all 4 assists. This is, as much as Cadrich is going to get the headlines, this is the Wellington show. Whoever it was saying about director of football found Wellington in the summer. It was a director of football signing. And he has been nothing short of phenomenal. And he's the best player on the pitch against top of the table Liverpool. Love a bit of beefy. Right, Cadrich is shattered. Now I was on a yellow card, so we need to hide him. That'll do for now. Poor crazy for saying he's better than Haaland. Yeah, between Cadrich and Clement have made me look silly here, haven't they? I do feel a little bit silly. Right, Verratti can come off. Well, this gets us to our 24 points. That was our target for the end of the year, for the halfway point of the season. And we've smashed Liverpool to do it. Anything could happen now. If we can beat Liverpool, if we can put 4 goals past Liverpool, we play Everton at home next. We're a very strange team. I love it. I love it that teams come to us and underestimate us. We won't get this kind of treatment for long. I imagine that was Liverpool reserves we've just beaten, but I don't care. We'll take it. Beautiful. They won't send the reserves to us again anytime soon. What a performance from Wellington. Nine goal contributions in 17 games, a 7.35. Doesn't even speak English yet. He speaks fluent English. But that ruins the narratives that say he doesn't. VCals, 24 months. Thank you very much. Any good Switch games coming up? Not played mine since Arceus was released. Well, you've got the new Pokemon coming out in the relative near future, haven't you? This year you've got Scarlet and Violet? Oh, what they're going to be? I can't even remember what they're called. The new Pokemon stuff. Recommend Wargroove if you like Advance Wars. I will check it out. Wellington does get the headlines, as he should. What a performance it was. I don't know what else is coming up on the Switch, really. I was looking forward to 2 Point Campus. Is that what it's called? 2 Point University? I forget what it's actually called. But I'll get that on the Steam Deck now. That's going to be the thing. A lot of the stuff I would have got on the Switch, I'll now get on the Steam Deck because it's cheaper. And then the Switch will just become for Nintendo first-party stuff. Which is fine, I guess. Mario Strikers. I didn't like the original Mario Strikers. Two Point Campus is on Game Pass, is it? Interesting. What will Wellington be a Duke? That's a very good question. Pericles Raimundo's going to extend his loan at Bristol Rovers, where he's worth nearly £5 million, despite only scoring 3 goals for them all season. I don't think Pericles is going to be the superstar I hoped he would be. I can only hope they're playing him out wide, and that's why he's being so rubbish. Because if he's not scoring goals for Bristol Rovers, he's probably never going to be the one for us, is he? Despite having a great name. Looks like they're not even starting him. Wargroove's on Steam as well, is it? I'm now having a look. War Groove. Take to the battlefield with War Groove, a strategy game for up to 4 players. Choose your commander. Wage turn-based war on battling factions. There's a dog. Design was, oh yeah, that, yeah. I mean, I didn't need to see it anymore. I saw the map. Yeah, okay, we'll have a piece of this. What's the Chucklefish and Friends bundle? Probably don't want to spend £98 on it. Yeah, this looks like my cup of tea. We'll have a piece of that. It's really quite cold with my window open now because it's rained so heavily. I'm going to shut the window. Better not be like this next week. I hope this is just because it's the bank holidays. I want nice weather at Centre Parks. I've ordered a Bodine's barbecue bundle to take with me. Allow me to I'm showing you now. What a bundle this is. The Majestic Combo. 2 slabs of spare ribs, 1 pack of buffalo chicken wings, 1 pack of beef burnt ends, 2 different sauces in a limited edition tote bag. Oh, oh. I didn't go to Bodine's when I was down in London this weekend because I tried Popeyes instead. War Groove's £2 on CD keys. Is it? We'll probably get it from there then. Am I a Fire Emblem fan? I'd never played a Fire Emblem game until this most recent one. I haven't explored any of the back catalogue, so I don't know. Maybe I am. Right, now we play Everton. What did I think of Popeyes? It was great. It was really good. As much as I like to diss Americans for being crazy, they know their way around spicy food. Like, not spicy foods, foods with flavour. Flavoury foods. Like, I love a bit of barbecue, and my biscuit and gravy was sensational. The chicken was lovely and crisp. I had the spicy chicken sandwich. I had Cajun fries. I had a biscuit and gravy. It was all good. All really good. Highly recommended. Is Popeyes in the next vlog? Yes. Well, the next Comic-Con one, which won't be out for a few days. I'm not sure when, actually. We've got Disney today. We've got a Pokemon opening on Thursday. Maybe Sunday you get the next Comic-Con episode? I can't even remember. If Chris is still here, he'll know when they're coming out. Right, come on, let's do a football again. Oh, my word! Oh, is an American biscuit like a scone? It really is. If you'd have told me it was like a cheese scone, I'd have been like, yeah, that seems about right. I don't think it was cheesy, but it just had the texture and the savouriness of a cheese scone. And the gravy was amazing. I'm not normally a gravy guy. I don't have like chips with gravy. I don't have KFC gravy. Gravy belongs on roast dinner and that's about it. But this wasn't gravy. It was like lumpy Cajun chicken slop and it was delicious. And I want it on everything. I want it on cereal. Stares suddenly at cold lunch pasta. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a cheese toasty for lunch, if that helps. It was all right. Oh, Tommy. I don't think Tom Wooster's cut out for the Premier League, is he? Did I stock up on Marmite and peanut butter? I got a little bit of Marmite, but I only had the hotel breakfast on one of the days because I had to get my acai bowl the other one because I went full hipster. So Saturday morning I had breakfast at Pret. Which goes on first though, chicken or the gravy? Good question. The gravy was so good, I was dipping a burger in it and everything. Just everything was going in this gravy. I couldn't leave Couldn't leave any moisture in the pot. Had to get all the gravy inside me. You can tell the gravy was good because it had the calorie content on the menu thing on the wall. And to have a biscuit and gravy was like 700 calories. To have the biscuit and honey or whatever it was like 200 calories. So that's telling me that gravy's got like 500 calories. So if it's 500 calories worth of gravy, you know that's probably quite good gravy. We have got some tired boys here. Yes, it's a Disney video. I'd say today it's my favorite ever Disney video that I've done. Fabio Guzman is in the Disney toy hunt. I had so much fun making this video. It's come out really well, especially considering I had to film it all on my phone because I've broken several cameras by this point at the holiday. But it is my most fun I've ever had making a Disney video. Yeah, as Chris says, 35 minutes of me pointing at things. If you love me pointing at things, today is your lucky day. I went in every shop at Disneyland. I think. This is where someone tells me, actually, you didn't go in this really obscure shop that's round this corner, down this bit, blah, blah, blah. I went in every shop I could find at Disneyland. Yeah, if someone wants to put together a montage of me just pointing, we could use that as a channel trailer. Got a point counter. How's Kevin the Alien? He's there. He's got Pride of Place behind me just there. Not even the best pop I bought this weekend, though. Don't know where I've put the other one. I've lost it already. Somewhere there's Jeffrey from Toys R Us as a pop. Flocked. But I don't know where I've put that one. There's a big pile of shopping bags behind me that I haven't unpacked yet. So it'll be in there somewhere. Where's Tony's boot? Up there, you can't see it, but it's up on the top shelf. Got to have a clickbait name. I tried to go to every Disney shop in 24 hours. I mean, it only took me like 4 or 5 hours. There's not actually as many as you think, probably. I'm not buy the really big one. Really big what? Oh, what? Oh, what, the giraffe? No, I didn't buy that. Anna would have killed me. Someone would say you need a bigger space for my toy shelf. Look, when we move, my office will be 3 times the size of this. I've already got a plan in mind for my new office. It's going to, because I kept my old desk. When I got the standing desk, I kept the old one. It's in my storage unit. I plan to have 2 different desk setups in the new office. Not that we've even found a house yet, but one of the criteria is an office big enough to do this setup. I want to have my gaming streaming desk, which will be this setup with that backdrop behind me or similar to that backdrop. And then at 90 degrees to it would be the desk that I do my unboxings and stuff at. And just kind of vloggy type sit down, talk to the camera videos, which will have a different backdrop. So I can have 2 different backdrop setups in the same office, which will give me twice the toy display real estate. That's my plan. Sounds expensive. I mean, to be honest, most of the stuff I've already got. I already have my PC that I use for streaming and gaming and my Mac that I use for editing. They've just got on different desks. I've already got more than enough cameras to have that set up. I've already got the shelving from the garage, which is also in the storage unit, which could go on the other wall. And I've already got more than enough stuff for the background. So I don't really need to buy anything new to be able to do it. The chair could just move between the 2. Cumming is retiring. Never mind. I was so upset when you split Kev the Alien from his mate. Yeah, I think it'd be quite cool to be able to have options. So we were aiming for 24 points by 19 games. We've got 27 after 18. We're now away against top of the table Man City. We have just beaten Liverpool and Everton in back-to-back games, though. So who knows what we're capable of doing. How's the house hunting? I mean, we're kind of in limbo with it at the moment until we know exactly what's happening with Andy and when. So, yeah, we're kind of waiting, which is frustrating. I like that Quick Pick has recommended a little bit of a rotated side for this game against Man City. We're going to lose anyway. Let's get some fitness into some of these boys and rest some of the others who've played a lot lately. I'm on board with that. It's very sensible. Housing market's an absolute nightmare at the moment. I mean, to be honest, it's always going to be. I don't really envisage a situation where the housing market is any more comfortable. Because, I mean, how would it get to that point? For it to be more comfortable for people looking, prices have to come down, but then people selling are going to have a nightmare. House opening at the moment's horrendous. We can't get a look in terms of trying to rent. Yeah, it seems that renting is harder than buying at the moment because I guess there's a lot of demand for it and landlords are being wangs. But we'll be, when we move again, we'll be buying. And hopefully it'll be relatively straightforward, he says. We're advised there'll be a lot of sellers over winter because of energy prices. Yeah, maybe. That's probably when we'll be looking. I mean, our tenancy agreement here ends in October, so there might be some panicked looking if they decide to shift us out or double the rent or anything stupid like that. But assuming we can just stay here, it does say in the contract that once our tenancy ends, we just go on a month to month on the original terms. So assuming they don't change that, then we'll just stay here and have a, I mean, I'd happily probably sign another 6 months at the same rate. And then by late this year, early next year. Ed Webber scored an expensive. He has. It's very nice. I'm trying not to look because when I concentrate too much on the game, we lose. Any preferred areas? I will stay roughly where we are now. The two spots that we're quite keen on, either properly moving into the, not like fully into the centre of Leicester, but actually be within the city of Leicester, which we're not at the moment. It's our nearest city, but we're not in Leicester. We'd quite like to be closer into the action in Leicester. Or if not there, we quite like the sort of Rushden, Wellingborough area. So probably one of those two is where we'll end up. Don't really have a preference between the two. If everyone stopped looking and demand massively dropped, then surely prices would have dropped. Got my business stuff right. I mean, prices would drop, but then that would also lead to people just not selling. So it would then balance out again. Because the reason prices, if people are going to be less interested in selling, if they're going to take a loss on what they bought it for, or if it's not going to cover the mortgage that they've got on their house. So you'd end up with people trapped in negative equity like you had in the 90s. And that's not a fun housing market either. Wellington's perfect for London links. You've also got Russian links about 500. So yeah, that's what we like about that area. It really depends, and it's a decision we've not fully made yet. It really depends on, do we want to be in a big city, in which case we'll go into Leicester, or do we want to be a little bit more out, but with good transport links to get to the places we need to get to, which is where sort of Rushden, Wellingborough, that kind of area, near to the A14, near to the A1, get into London relatively quickly kind of thing. And we're not really sure what our preference is on that yet. A lot of it will come down to what kind of house we can find in each area, because we're very particular about the kind of house we want. We might be about to beat Man City here. It's Lincolnshire. No, you're right. I lived most of my life in Lincolnshire. Don't ever plan on going back. I'm a West Ham season ticket holder. I live in Wellingborough. Really easy to get into London. Yeah, exactly. Issue with the Wellingborough surrounding area towns and villages is public transport. Well, that doesn't affect me. Hopefully won't affect Anna for long. Oh, Webby. Webby, Webby, Webby. Beautiful. I cannot believe we've had this run of form against these three teams. I think we play Manchester United next. This is insane form that we're in all of a sudden. Bearing in mind, this is a rotated side. Webb is not a regular starter for us. He's finally looking like a £13 million player. Is he going to get his hat-trick here? I mean, Godwin was playing for us in non-league. Here he is on the pitch against Manchester City. I love South Leicester. Very rarely going to the town centre, as your Foss Park, which is everything the town centre has. The one thing it doesn't have is all of the little indie shops, the little hobby shops, gaming shops, comic shops, that kind of thing. That's what I love about Leicester. I want to be near all that. It's worth buying a house for. Haz, thank you for the sub. Give me Ed Webb over Mbappe any day of the week. Yeah, Webb and Kadrich are the Mbappe and Haaland of this save. Look at us. 30 points at the halfway point of the season. If I was moving to England, UK in the next 2-3 years, where would be the best place to go? Depends on how rich you are. And it depends what you class as best. My idea of a great place to live is opposite to a lot of people's, because I lived a lot of my life out in the sticks and hated it. So my idea of somewhere good, I want to be in the action in a city or very close to a city. I want busy, bustling, hubbub, always stuff going on, always something to do. And for a lot of people, they don't want that. They want the opposite. They want what I've spent 35 years trying to get away from. So it's difficult to say. Depends what you'd prefer. I mean, if money was no object, we'd be living in London. Money was no object, we'd live on the Greenwich Peninsula in London, probably. Because it's right in the middle of all the places I spend a lot of time going to. Posture check, there you go. And it's nice and shiny and new and regenerated and good transport links. The new bit of Stratford, maybe? I'd quite like to have the river views. I've stayed in a few Airbnbs on the Greenwich Peninsula and I like waking up to be able to see the river. I never thought about Manchester. It's a bit too far in the north. I'd be worried people would say hello to me in the street and stuff. Can't think of anything worse. I've heard they're friendly up there. Not interested. Was money an object before I found folk on TCG? I mean, I had a bit more of it before I found this, for sure. Should we sign an 18-year-old Ronaldo? Let's scout all of these. Moron. Southampton are going to sign Moron. Not that closer to Birmingham. If I was going to move closer to a city, it would be Leicester rather than Birmingham. At the moment, I'm about 45 minutes from Birmingham and a little bit closer to Leicester. And I would rather go to Leicester than Birmingham. What about Milton Keynes? Milton Keynes can do one. I need a city to have a football team. Who the hell are you, Noel McAvoy? And why are we offering so many millions for you? Because you're a 6'4" centre back. I understand now. That's all the information I needed, really. Yeah, okay, we'll take one of these. He's 18 years old, and he's already played 75 times for Millwall, including 21 games in the Championship, presumably as a 16-year-old. Is he a wonder kid? Because, goodness me, he should be. Penzance is nice if you want the South. So he could not cope with that at all. I would very quickly go insane. Northampton, not a chance. Brad, thank you very much for 3 months. Thank you, Brad's wife, as well. I guess we're going to lose Godwin for the African Nations Cup. I'd like to live in Nottingham. Anna doesn't want to go back to Nottingham. Anna grew up in Nottingham and doesn't want to live there. But I would happily live in Nottingham. Nottingham's a great city. I agree. And fantastic transport links again. You've got the M1 right there. You've got the trains into London. You've got the tram system locally. I think Nottingham's a great place. You've got the 2 universities, so there's lots of the kind of shops that I like to go to because I'm a giant child. So the kind of stuff that appeals to students appeals to me. But yeah, Anna spent 30 years trying to get out of Nottingham. She doesn't want to go back. Norwich, she'd be closer to Ben. I don't want to be in the middle of nowhere. Norwich has the same problem that like where I used to live in Lincolnshire has. You have to drive half an hour before you hit a motorway. Norwich is even worse. I mean, you probably have to drive an hour and a half before you hit a motorway. I want to be able to get in and out quickly. I don't want to be stuck behind a tractor. I know me and Anna aren't married. We've been engaged for like 10 years, but we're not married. They want to loan him back. That's fine. We can loan him back until the end of the season. I remember when we did the Football Manager panel at EGX a few years ago at the NEC, I asked Ben to be on it. And he was like, you realise Birmingham is like 6 hours from where I live. And I didn't realise that, but it makes me definitely never want to live all the way out on that side of the country. Check his date of birth in case you need him to be homegrown at the club. We don't need him to be homegrown at the club. It's fine. Brewerton gets further down the pecking order. Brewerton's higher up the pecking order than him. Brewerton is in a make or break season. We should check in on Brewerton. If Brewerton's not in our team next year, he's never going to be. Burton's 21. He'll be 22 when he comes back. So he needs to be at least on our bench next year, or he's not going to make it. What's my thought of Yorkshire? It's in the north. I couldn't ever live anywhere where people are really, like, really love where they live. I don't, that's not even the way I couldn't ever live in Liverpool or Yorkshire or anywhere where people are really too overexcited about where they live. I mean, it's just a place to put your house. You don't need to be so giddy about it. I couldn't live anywhere like that. Do I take all the credit for FM streamers saying silly goose? Yes, I do. I wasn't aware that was a thing, but yes, I do. Love the fact that I am officially an influencer. It's very British of me. Yeah. It just always comes across a little bit like back in the deep distant past, when I was married many years ago, I used to have to watch stuff like X Factor and that kind of thing. And whenever there was anyone from Liverpool on there, it'd be like, well, if it's a public vote, obviously the whole of Liverpool's voting for them because that's what the people of Liverpool do. Whereas where I'm from, you vote for everyone but the local person just to mess with them. That's the kind of local spirit I want. Don't support the people around you. Don't be nice to your neighbours. Ignore them. I don't know my neighbours' names. That's the way it should be. You really are an influencer. Dual football is becoming popular as well. I need to get those t-shirts made then before someone else does. Right, can we keep this stupid run of form going? Now against Manchester United. We've beaten the top of the table team twice recently. We're now playing them again. Just know them enough to know they aren't going to be a nuisance. I don't even know that. The only reason to have neighbours is so there's someone to take your parcels when you're not in. I did see someone with a dual football chat command the other day, but can't remember who. Oh, the monsters. They'll be hearing from my lawyers. I think our run might be coming to an end here. But it's fine. We're already on an excellent run. Yeah, having local binfluencers is handy because then I always know what bins to put out. If I lived somewhere where there was no binfluencers, I don't know what I'd do. Although, one of my dreams is to not have personal bins. I want communal bins. Again, those Airbnbs I've stayed at in London, where each house doesn't have its own bin, it just has a big bunch of bins out the back that everyone slings their rubbish in. I want that. I always have too much rubbish for my bins. I just want to be able to fill a skip every week. And not have anyone saying, oh, that's too much rubbish. You need to put it all in your car and drive it somewhere. We have a big communal bin in the alley in the terraces in Manchester. See, that sounds perfect. We got rid of those down where we are because people used to set fire to them. I don't care what people do to them as long as I don't have to remember bin day. I've had communal bins, they just get full anyway. Yeah, but it's not my problem if they get full. As long as they're not at the end of my garden, I couldn't care less if they're overflowing. As long as I don't have to do anything about it. As long as I can just keep slinging stuff in that general direction, fine. MJ Roper, thank you for 11 months. Do I think the second season will be tougher? Yes. I think the second half of this season will be tougher. I think teams will be less likely to put their reserves out against us because we've started the season well. You'd need to live in an apartment then. I'm not against living in an apartment at all. I hate having a garden. I hate having to cut the grass. Just gardens in general, rubbish. I could live in an... If it was like a nice 3-bed apartment that I could have Dave in, that would be fine. Struggling a little bit in this one. The boys are just all shattered. Am I a fan of Star Wars? I am not. Communal bins, neighbours hate you to never speak to you. This sounds perfect. Am I piece by piece describing a student flat? I never had a student flat, so I don't know. It sounds great. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm an adult with, you know, a family, kids and stuff, and a dog, I could happily just... I'd need quite a large room, but I could make do with just one room. As long as I could fit a bed, my desk, a TV, a fridge, that'll do. I'd have a lovely time. I don't need all this space. I spend 80% of my waking hours in a cupboard. If I could have 4 times as much room as I've got here and just had to sleep in here as well, that's fine. I probably need a toilet in my dream setup that I was just describing as well. Toilets are usually pretty useful. Yeah, if Anna ever decides she's had enough, I'll move into a student flat. Sounds great. Well, the run of form has ended. As far as I can tell, having more space just means more stuff that has to be kept clean and tidy. With me having such a small office, this is the one advantage of it. Even when it's an absolute pigsty in here and I can't open the door without having to move boxes across the floor. I can't see my desk because there's mugs all over it. Even when it's absolute worst, I can have it looking perfect again in half an hour because it's quite small. Would I move to Hong Kong? What's the tax situation there? If I was going to move abroad, I'd want to go somewhere I didn't have to pay very much tax. Slightly under Chinese rule. I don't mind that. I had Chinese for tea last night. Right. Desk is going up, boys and girls. First, I should probably move that camera. Oh, my knees are ruined. Oh. Going up. I need to put this camera on somehow. We are working on the camera. One moment. Oh. Right. Where is it? Where's the thing? There I am. Crashing. It seems higher than it was. Just needed to stand up for a bit. My buttocks were numb again. God, doesn't the door look bare from this height? This desk isn't high enough. There we go. That's better. What kind of maniac would dust the back of their monitor? I mean, that's ridiculous. Oh, by the way, have you seen my new Crocs? Of course you haven't. New Crocs with Pokemon gibbets on this time. Beautiful. I'm a two Croc man. Putting them on. Would I recommend my standing desk? Yes, I would. It's great. Particularly for my dodgy old man knees that are getting worse all the time. Where I now can't sit down for more than about an hour without them really starting to ache. It's weird. Because I've got this thing where walking around is fine. But if I sit for too long, my knees really ache. If I drive for too long, my knees really ache. And having a weekend like the one I've just had where I'm walking all the time, although it doesn't hurt while it's happening, it then really hurts for the few days after. It's not ideal. Oh, you can probably see Ivan Toney's boot now, by the way. Got the box of Pokemon cards. Not that there's any chance Ivan Toney ever wore this boot, because it's tiny. It's a size 4, I think. It's a child's boot, but signed by Ivan Toney. That's the important thing. Can you get that back up there? I dropped a box of VMAX Climax. I don't know where that's gone. Fleming, thank you for 43 months. I picked up a Steven Gerrard captain's armband from the same store. Nice. I was looking for Declan Rice's boot because I nearly bought a Declan Rice boot before. As I always side him in Football Manager, I thought it would be quite a fun thing to have. But then I got distracted by Ivan Toney and thought, well, I've got to have that. We all know you upgraded with Clark Harris. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Right, we need a big result against Wimbledon to make up for the fact we just lost to Manchester United. I'd quite like to win the FA Cup this year. Mr. Jenkins, or Mark Jenkins, I guess that is, the 4 representing an A. Mark Jenkins, thank you for 14 months. You want me to look at Kleber again? One moment. Kleber. He's 19 now. He's still not fully scouted. I don't know if I want him. I'm a Bristol Rovers fan. You always pinch our players and ruin them. I mean, to be fair, Clark Harris has scored like 50 goals for Posh in 2 years. So we didn't ruin him. The other 2 were absolute trash. But Clark Harris is a very good League One player. Right. What is happening here? Oh. He's got a work permit now, hasn't he? Shall we recall him? We're going to recall him. We can't recall him. Why can't we recall him? Loan cannot be terminated. That's annoying. think I prefer Mr. Jenkins now. Well, there you go then, Mr. Jenkins. That's annoying. I would have quite liked to recall him because he's not playing for Galatasaray at all. He'd sit on our bench. That's annoying. Right, what I was trying to do is offer Lemoyne out. Because if we can get rid of a midfielder, I'm not against bringing Kleber in as a bit of a gamble. I just don't want to bloat the squad up too much. I'm trying to be sensible. Loan termination is only for the side he went to. He went there in August. I thought we had to wait until this transfer window, but it looks like we still can't recall him, which is a little bit of a shame. Right. Striker / left winger at PSG called Killian. I feel like there might be something in this one. I just have a feeling about him. Can't afford him anyway. I don't really need to buy anyone. I'm just having a little look, seeing what's what, seeing if there's any bargains to be had, seeing where Kleber is on this list, because I don't want to just bring in an also ran. Kleber. That's him, isn't it? I mean, I guess, what's the harm? We've only signed 2 under-21 players so far. I just think the fact that his release clause is so low means he's probably rubbish. But I guess for that kind of money, we can probably take the gamble. I bet he's not 5-star potential when he arrives. Right, no one wants Lemoyne. It's a little bit of a shame. Because again, he's another one who was a pretty decent championship player. How am I dealing with my club rep being lower and still signing enough talent? Struggling. But we soldier through. Lemoyne only scored screamers. Exactly. That's all we needed. Sometimes you need a screamer scorer. Oh, my knee hurts. If anyone could sort me out with a new set of knees, I'm interested. It started with that one that I hurt when I fell over outside A&E, which is now about a month ago. And because I didn't get that looked at and just started limping and favouring the other one, they're now both really aching and hurting all the time. To the point where I can't get in and out of a chair now without it hurting. I can't walk up and down the stairs now without it hurting. I can't drive for more than about 45 minutes at a time without it hurting. On both knees, I have officially injured myself. I should probably go to a doctor at some point. I was saying to Anna, though, I don't want to have to go and miss Centre Parks or miss TwitchCon or miss any of the other stuff I've got planned. The next, because I know what they'll say. They'll tell me to rest it, and I can't rest it until Christmas, really. So I'm just going to have to hope it gets better on its own whilst I'm constantly working it. It'll be fine. I take CBD oil every day anyway for it, because I've had knee issues long term. So I've been taking CBD oil for a couple of years now, which had solved the problem, but now it's come back with a vengeance, and the CBD oil doesn't seem to be fixing it. Fell over outside A&E. There was an opportunity there. The only problem is I had somewhere to be. I had to get home, and because Andy was on his way home from school, Anna was with me. had to get home. So rather than going into A&E and getting it checked, we just came home. Probably a last appearance for coming here. There you go. Putting the reserves out against Wimbledon. I'll put it off until October. Thing is, I can't put it off until October because October is Comic-Con again. Christmas is as soon as I can look at it. Bionic knees. I'd be up for some bionic knees. Does CBD make me sleepy? I take it every morning, and I don't think so. Like I said, I've been having it for a couple of years. The fact is now, I'm kind of at the point now where I'm thinking, well, I am in pain now. So do I just stop taking it, assuming it doesn't work anymore? Or is that going to make the pain worse? I once snapped a tendon in my finger. It was bent in two as a kid playing football. I waited until the Monday because I couldn't be bothered with sitting amongst the sports injuries. Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, November's going to be quite a busy month. Exactly. Sent you a tweet about an auction for very rare Funko Pops. Oh, this is a problem. You should definitely get it sorted before Christmas. There's some funky wheelchairs that help with the resting aspect. I live in a 3-story house where I have to walk up the stairs just to go to the toilet. Sports knee braces help. I did buy one and then lost it before I took it out of the packet. But now I'm at the point where I need them on both knees. I take turmeric every day as well. I started taking that about a month ago because of the inflammation. Because I can't take ibuprofen because of my blood pressure medication. Apparently, ibuprofen can cancel the effects of blood pressure medication. So for a little bit of pain relief, I could end up having a stroke or something. So I can't take anti-inflammatories. But I have been taking turmeric. And it doesn't seem to be helping. I just need a double knee replacement, but I need to be able to walk out the hospital the same day after it's been done. So I don't think that's unreasonable. I'll tell the doctor that's what I need, and I imagine they'll sort me out. A wheelchair. See, I get why that seems like the logical outcome, but it hurts sitting down. It doesn't hurt standing up. So what I actually need is, I've got a standing desk, so I can do all my work standing up, and then it's pain-free. The only problem is if I stand all day, when I do sit down, it really hurts. But actually, at the time, while I'm standing up, there's no pain. The pain is only when I'm sitting down. So I just need a solution for driving, really. As long as if I can figure out a way to drive while standing up, then I don't really need to bother getting it fixed. Maybe don't take medical advice from a Twitch chat. I mean, I'm more likely to do that than go to the doctor. They do WD-40 for knees. What I'm hearing there is take fish oil tablets, so I'm going to get some of those. I assume that's what you meant. Yeah, let's get some fish oil. We're going to lose to Wimbledon here. After all these good results against top teams, we're now going to lose to Wimbledon. Oh, Sandro. Knee supports can't hurt. Yeah, I probably do need to get some ordered again and not lose them this time. My worry about knee supports, and this is why I don't really take painkillers for anything either. I worry about getting used to having something or relying on something and then having to stop. So I don't want to have knee supports on and then realize that I can't really function without the knee supports anymore, because that'd be really inconvenient. You hired Chris as your editor, hire me as your personal chauffeur. I would need to be able to lie across the back of the car, though. And I get travel sick when I'm not driving. So that's not ideal either. I'm just an awkward little chap. I will order some knee supports after the stream, though. One for each knee. I'll look really cool in them. Wandering around in my shorts and my knee supports. Pay people to carry me around the house. Struggling to function as it is. I mean, I'm not really... I don't know. It just hurts. I'm still doing everything. I wouldn't say I'm struggling to function. It just hurts to function. I'm used to a little bit of pain. I tore my ACL and just let it heal on its own. I didn't want the surgery. I've had multiple slip discs. I'm used to stuff just hurting for a while. Joint supports can allow the areas they support to weaken, so they're not recommended except on doctor's advice. There we go. See, that's what I'm worried about. What I need to do is to get a scan to find out if it's just wear and tear. Like, if I've just put them through so much punishment from being a big fat guy who doesn't look after his body properly. In which case, I should probably just put up with it. Or if it's an actual injury that needs fixing. If only there was some way to get some kind of scan to find out if there's an actual injury in there. It could be cured. Could be fixed. But there's just no way to find out. If only there was a place where they did those things. It would have been really handy to have been near that place when it first happened, so I could just get it checked out immediately. But it just wasn't an option. Rule of Nerds, thank you very much for the sub. We've got away with one a little bit here because of the red card. But we are into the 4th round of the FA Cup. Beautiful stuff. What's with the new camera? I'm just standing up, so I'm on a different camera. My knees were aching, so I stood up. I'll be sitting down again soon. I'm just stretching them, bending them. Do I know when Zealand is back? I know there's no network game on Thursday. There might be one later in the week. Depends if others are available. But there has been one potentially proposed for Sunday as a one-off because obviously we missed last week because Zealand's away. He's away again this Thursday and then I'm away next Thursday. We don't really want to go a month without doing a network game. So if we can all find a way to squeeze it in for Sunday, we will. But I'm waiting on people getting their permission slips signed. See if that's going to be an option. Where's Zealand gone? He's just serving a short prison sentence. Nothing major. I don't think he murderized anybody. Too much of a weakling. Blackburn in the FA Cup. Who are 11th in the Premier League. There goes our cup run. I forget people go on holiday. I haven't had one in so long. Oh dear. Oh. Desk's going back down. Ah! Desk's going back up. I balanced something in the wrong place. Desk's going back down. There we go. High up there. We should probably switch back to the other camera, shouldn't we? There he is! There he is. Oh, Kleber's signing for us, apparently. Right, well, let's hope he's good then. As long as he's still got the 5-star potential when he arrives, that's fine. This cable's in the way now. Oh. Oh. Ah! This doesn't help the knees, having to get out of my chair. Come on. There we go. Where were we? Okay. I'm glad I convinced you all he was a good idea. I am a genius. Potential Premier League standard. That'll do. Brooks, he's going to run out his contract, is he? I mean, to be fair, he doesn't really play anymore. So, yeah, I'm on board with putting him on the transfer list. Possible takeover bid. Ooh. This is where we need a an affiliate club to send him out on loan to. Got any more Barjanes for me? Is there a filter for that? What is that column called? Transfer value. How do they come up with these things? Doesn't look like I can filter for it. Seems, oh, it's right there at the top. What a simpleton. So players for less than $1 million is what we're looking for. And then ideally ones that are wanted by other clubs, because that means they're probably quite good. Follow this guy. He's 6'4". Andras Pisek. He seems quite good. $850,000, you say? Okay. Don't need wingers. Do we need another centre back? We just need players. Doesn't matter what position they play. We always want players. We're selling players to sell on for a profit. If the best young players out there are centre backs, we will sign all the centre backs. Like this guy, potentially better than Sparks. And we can get him for £500,000. So let's do it. Not having a yearly wage rise. Become some kind of madman. I want to loan him back. Of course you can have him back. I'm only buying him so that we can sell him on. And now offers for Brooksy. Where does he want to go? Basaksehir here. No, because they're... No, you're not going there. But except these ones that have no wage contribution, these ones are getting declined. And that one's obviously getting declined for being stupid. And then we'll offer him out again for 10.5 million. With no wage contribution, and see who comes up. Remember, you basically bankrupting Bournemouth and pesky language courses. Yeah. Portsmouth's offer was 7 million. We just laughed at them. Veracchio wants a new contract, which I think seems reasonable. As he has been, for someone who was a panic buy, he's been fantastic. Not that good. Cool, blimey. We've been good, but we have some limits. Who was he playing for before? Made up team in Germany. Right, we play Fulham next. And then Tottenham, and then West Ham. We've got all the Hams back to back. A Ham triple header. I think I'll celebrate by cracking open a 7-Up free. Oh, it's gone all over my keyboard. Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's what I was hoping would happen. Fantastic news. Went right under my spacebar, so that's going to be fun. Right, if we can get 9 points out of the Hams, then we're laughing then. That's a safe if we get 9 points off the Hams. Because we're already on 30 points. And then anything else is just delicious gravy. Which is my favourite kind of gravy. Genuinely prefer delicious gravy. Right. That looks good to me. Struggling to draw the game after 2028. Feels like the game is just so random with so many new players. That's when the game's at its best. When you actually have to play the game rather than just knowing real footballers. You have to rely on your scout reports and your coach reports. This is when the game gets good. Who like yucky gravy? I mean, yeah, I get your point, but judging by Instagram at Christmas, lots of people, the amount of people who put gravy on their food that just looks like very lightly covered water. I just really wanted my dinner to be wet with the tiniest hint of flavour. That's what I was looking for. My dinner just wasn't wet enough, so I've just drenched it in really thin, murky beige water. So the fact that that exists suggests lots of people like bad gravy. Gravy should be so thick that you can scoop it with a fork and none goes through. You should be able to spread gravy with a knife. How are we losing? How long did it take you to get me to 2036? Well, I started playing this save the day the game came out. It's not the only save I've played, but it's been a while. How are we losing against one of the Hams? My mother-in-law only makes her gravy with a veg stock cube, thin, watery misery juice, and it just makes me sad. That is hideous. Oh, he's made lovely space for himself there. That's lovely football from Merthyr. He looked like a Premier League striker there. One touch of the ball created himself so much space. Lovely. Spreadable gravy, aka Marmite. Yeah, exactly. Some people erroneously think that you add hot water to Bovril to make it into a gravy-like sauce. You don't, you just warm it up. And then there it is, it's gravy. Exactly the right consistency. Just scoop it onto your food. I don't want to be able to see my meal under my gravy. If I wanted to see what I was eating, I wouldn't be putting gravy on it. It's like asking for a clear lid on a pie. Come on, Webby, on you come. We've got goals to score. More! We've got attacking. More! Are we going to now have the reverse of the form we've just been through? And lose against teams like this? Oh, that's a poor result. Second half of the season, it's all downhill from here. Have I ever played outside of England? Yes, many times. In fact, my current YouTube save is in France. Martin, thank you for 24 months. Who are we playing next? One of the other hams. Tottenham. Okay. Okay. Looks like we're signing Pisek. And we won't know how good he is until the summer because we're sending him straight back out on loan. I think. One of these was definitely going straight back out on loan. Not him. Decent Premier League player. There you go. I can cope with that. We can sell Steer now. Oh, no, he has gone straight back out on loan. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good then. He might never play for us, but we'll sell him on for a profit. And that's the important thing. Talking of players on loan, let's try and get the striker back again. No, recall is grayed out. The player cannot be recalled. That's a shame. Because he's not going to play at all for them this year. Eight tackling. Yeah, that only matters if you care about attributes, though. Attributes are irrelevant. All we care about is how good he is at defending, which isn't an attribute. He might be one of those glorious defenders who doesn't ever need to tackle because he's so good. Godwin wants to leave. Why do you want to leave, Godwin? All I had to do is ask him the question. I mean, he should never, ever want to leave this football club. He should just be laughing at how lucky he is that he signed for us on a free transfer when we were non-league and is somehow now reasonably regular in the squad in the Premier League, earning more in a week than he could have hoped to earn in a year when he first signed for us. So he needs to just take his money and not whinge ever. Silly goose. Current defence doesn't win many headers, tackle much, or intercept much, but we don't concede many goals, and our keeper doesn't face many shots. I'm confused. I suggest you've got a good midfield then. Oh, Portsmouth do want Brooks, apparently. Luan Patrick, you're 34. Get out of here. What are you for, you old man? Old man. Withdraw. Barachia has his new contract. Lovely, lovely. Stan Batten wants a loan, does he? I mean, I'd be up for just selling him. He's 23. It didn't cost us anything. We've got Sparks, who can play left back. Let's not offer him out. If he doesn't want to be here, he can go. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Leicester offering 16 million for him. I think that's probably the one, because everyone else wants wage contributions. Cancel all these, because they're not as much as Leicester offered. He wants to go to Benfica. They're offering half of what Leicester offered. And now let's offer him out again for a flat 16 million. And see if anyone bites. Stick him on the transfer list as well. Right. I don't want all these old men that keep getting recommended. What's this all about? We're not a retirement home. Ballymumba always comes up on this. I'm not signing Ballymumba. You couldn't get into Posh's team this year. Who the hell's Lewis Silver? Never heard of him. Ow, 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 ow. I've just whacked my heel into the bottom of my chair. I forgot I didn't have shoes on. Oh, we've had a takeover. Oh, Crocs don't protect the heel. Oh, who's Lars Augenstein? This snuck up on us. He was a former director, apparently. We didn't even need a transfer embargo. Thanking me for my patience. You're welcome. Any chance you're a tycoon? You want us to fight bravely against relegation? I'll see what I can do, Lars. I mean, I'm glad you can't interpret the league table. Lemoyne still wants to leave. I still want him to leave. Nothing's really happened as a result of the takeover. Should we check the finances? I don't know how much money we had in the bank before. We've not taken out a loan as part of it. It looks like it's just been a relatively straightforward transferal of ownership. Which is weird. The most boring takeover ever. Yeah. Came from nowhere. Didn't know it was coming. Literally nothing happened. There we go. Takeover done. Batten's starting, even though he's on the way out of the club. Sparks will just be our backup left back. Or take over a club and give the club nothing. I mean, he might just be a fan. You don't have to invest a load of money to take over a club. You might just want to own the club. The previous owner might have wanted to sell. I mean, it said that he was a previous board member, so maybe the previous owner was just retiring and they've just done a nice, simple internal transfer of ownership. So nothing changes. The club carries on running nicely as it has done. Lovely old stuff. I have also never had a tycoon takeover in over 25 years of playing Football Manager. An existing board member just became the chair. Yeah, maybe that happened. Well, it did say takeover complete, so it's a weird way of phrasing it if that's what's actually happened. My club has to take over, but only the board members changed. Happened twice in 10 years. I had one sort of killed the save because it was too easy. I think it would be fun just to be able to splash the cash around just once. I wouldn't want it to happen all the time. But in over 25 years of playing Football Manager, I would like a tycoon takeover at some point. Just to verify that it's actually possible. Of course, we've got Dolman who can play left back as well when Batten goes. We've got plenty of options for left back. I tell you what, Pablo Larios has been a great signing. A former Tottenham man has just scored a thunderous effort. Watch him hit it. He hit it really hard. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, we do need a new goalkeeper for next season. As much as I love Tom Wooster, he's not Premier League standard. He seems to be the weak link these days, which is very sad. Be nice to sign Devon Creel permanently. I don't know how realistic that is. We might have to look into that in the summer. I don't think Devon Creel's actually been in the chat since his player's been at the club either. Depending on funds, could we get Hoyenhau? Probably not. I think he's City's starting keeper now. He certainly was last season. You had an optional future fee for Creel of 22 million, did I? Lovely. Is Silver knocking about in this universe? I think he's probably too young. I think he would have generated after the cut-off. Oh, that's a good goal. An annoying good goal. Don't want to see that. Frustratingly good. Right. Oh, my poor boys are so tired. Bless them. It's almost as if some maniac's making them gegenpress week in, week out. They don't seem to care for it. Come on, let's have a winner. A winner. An equaliser, then a winner. I would still like a winner. Oh, Webby. Webby's coming good in the Premier League. Lovrich, please. That's not a bad shout. We could have a look to see what Lovrich is doing. probably City's reserve behind Hoyenhell. They come as a 2-pack, I think. Still attacking. We should probably just tone that down a smidgen. West Ham, who we play next, are 6-0 up against Blackburn at the moment. I feel like that might be a challenging fixture. "31 points. What a wonderful football team we are." Oh, someone wants Lemoyne. Absolutely, you can have him. This 7-up really gives me windy pops. Right, Lovrich. He's at Napoli, so we're probably not going to get him. Probably not going to get him. No, it looks like Silva. He was Thomas Silva, wasn't he? Doesn't look like he exists. Actually, he's not played for City at all this season. He might be an option for the summer. Brooksy's gone. Thank you, Brooksy. We're going to have some deadline day spensies here. Sammy Brooks has gone. At the time of his signing, was our all-time record transfer. Lemoyne's going. And Batten is going. Whatever his name is. It is Batten, isn't it? So we're going to have a bit of money to spend. We could just go and buy Hoyenhell. Oh, I'd love that. Giovanni Thomas. Do we need another striker? I mean, he retired several years ago. Looking to come out of retirement. Bye-bye, Stan. I mean, this is more incredible business from the Incredible Business Factory. Signed him on a free transfer. 6 months later, sold him for 16 million. That's the Leamington effect. Let down that we let him go. Well, why? He was our backup left back. Who cares that we've let him go? We need to improve our standing in the Premier League for Hoyenhell to sign for us. Boo hiss. Boo and indeed hiss. No, it's a 14 million budget balance, not 114. Still a lot of money, though. Are we on a transfer profit this season now? We're not. We're not a million miles away. There you go, another defender in. Beautiful. Another one potentially Premier League standard. Even more beautiful. Doesn't have a work permit. May not have noticed that. That's less beautiful. Probably need to send him out on loan. What a silly goose I am. Luckily he was cheap. Right. What else have we got in the cheap bargains? No, we don't have an affiliate we can loan to. The board wouldn't let me have one. Because they're monsters. Do we have an agreed future fee for him? 29.5 million. Should we sign Killian? He'd be the best left winger at the club. He'd also be the best striker at the club. We can't afford him. I don't know why I'm looking. We haven't got £45 million to spend on anybody. This guy is a left back / striker. This is my kind of left back. We do need a left back, actually. He's better than any left back we've got. And he's 23, he's English, and he can play as a striker. I kind of want him. Plus, we've already got a Weaver at right back. It'd be nice to have a Weaver on both sides. Checking they're not brothers. Right-footed left back. Yep, don't mind that at all. Never had a problem with that. Had plenty of them over the years. You're not having any of this, though. Get all that gone. Wants a lot of money. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. That'll do. Let's go beat another ham. Oh, my knees hurt. My knees hurt. I need some new ones. I do have a PO box if anyone wants to send me some knees. Booster just made a lovely save. Try for an affiliate again with the new owners. That's not a bad shout. We'll do that after this match. Do, 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 do. I said you were niece for that, dude. No, I've got several of them already. They're not as useful as you would think. They're in trouble. Someone might actually send knees. I want knees. Someone sent me functioning pain-free knees. I would very much appreciate it. Right, come on, let's do a football here. Come on! Rubbish. Terrible attempt at a pass. See, the problem is I've started focusing in on the matches again. When we were beating all the big clubs, I wasn't paying any attention. Now we're playing the little clubs like West Ham. I'm paying attention and we're losing. We're not losing yet, but we are going to lose. Lovely work from Cooper. Dancing past his marker. Cross comes in. Oh. Both my knees are permanently dislocated and point inwards. You can have them. Can you get in and out of a chair without it hurting? That might be an upgrade. So I will bear it in mind. What's best to distract me with? If someone donated like 50 grand, that'd distract me. That'd be a pretty solid distraction, actually. Someone wants to just donate £50,000. So, I mean, I'd probably cry. I wouldn't be focusing on the football. Doesn't hurt to get up, but I do fall over when walking as I'm wobbly. That sounds like I'm trading one problem for another then. I'll thank you for the offer, but I'll stick with mine for now. Hydrate. I will. This is a weird free kick. It better come off. Have you ever thought of a replacement? My brother had a total replacement then. I mean, I've not even been to the doctors to find out what's wrong with him. So I think I'm quite a way away from the replacement stage. They'd probably be keen to find out what was wrong first and then try and fix it. It's a grown man cry, no 50k today. All right then. If you donate 50 grand, I promise I won't cry. I've got knees to fit a man 5'8". Would that be an issue? Do knees vary according to your height? Just hinges, aren't they? They must vary in size. You have longer bones, you have bigger grooves, so biggest kneecaps. I do have long bones. In some circles, I am known as Kevy Longbones. So I suppose I do need big knees. Right, come on, let's win this football match, please. I dislocated my knee at King's Cross last Sunday coming back from the Sunderland game. Ouch. How did you do that? Just walking about? Or were you doing shenanigans? Because the idea that knees can just dislocate wandering around the train station terrifies me. My knees just dislocate all the time, issues with tendons. I have a patella subluxation on the right knee, which is where the kneecap kind of drifts around. And I don't think it counts as a full dislocation, but it kind of drifts about on the right side. But it's the left one I hurt this time. I've not really had trouble with my right knee for a while. That was the one that has... Actually, no, the right one is the right one is the one where I tore the ACL. The left is the patella subluxation. My knees are just wrecks. I need new ones. Went to sit on the seat. Weight went one way, knee the other. Ugh! That sounds like it probably hurt. I have a floating patella and popped it out a couple of times. Hurts like hell. Yeah. Oh, we don't win football matches anymore, boys and girls. This is what we're discovering this afternoon. We were doing so well, and now we're doing so averagely. And it's fine because we're not going to get relegated. But after you beat 3 of the top 4 in consecutive games, you start to get silly ideas above your station. And then you get a little bit disappointed when you're only drawing against West Ham. Right, who are we playing next? Everton again. We've only just played Everton. We've got deadline day before then, though. Vincent Kompany is the new Arsenal manager, according to that. Posture check. There we go. Posture checked. Nobody wants to loan my new guy. Well, I've balls this up big style then. Because he can't play for us. Just offer him out without... We'll just pay his wages. He just needs to play football somewhere. We were going to ask for an affiliate, weren't we? Well, I need an official partnership. Oh, they trust me. We're getting an affiliate team. Excellent. We just needed to go through in 3 days. Oh, I can choose a club. Hold on. Oh, I've never been allowed to choose the club before. Who am I going to choose? It needs to be someone outside of England. Because otherwise there's no point. Who do I choose? I don't even know. Who am I supposed to choose here? Should we choose Tor? France. Oh, there's no French clubs. So these are the only clubs we've got available to us, is it? Ah. That's not ideal. Yeah, we're only being offered these clubs. Well, I guess we'll choose one anyway. Just search them in the bar at the top. See what happens then, I guess. Oh, and now everyone comes in and makes offers for him anyway. We can't send him to Olympiacos if we're going to have Apollon as our feeder club. Lemoyne is gone as well. We're leaving deadline day to the director of football to see what he comes up with. Because I'm pretty happy with the squad. I mean, we're going to overrule some of his terrible decisions, though. Yikes. Let's try one more time to recall that striker. Nope. I must have not put a recall option on there, which is stupid, really. I obviously wasn't paying attention. I blame you, like, you witnessed that happen. You didn't tell me not to do that. Ah. Steer wants to leave. That's fine. You can leave. Oh, there you go. He doesn't want to leave anymore. He'll be leaving in the summer anyway. Did Mrs. Wearmouth sell Apollon? Who knows? Who knows? Never know what's going on with Mrs. Wearmouth. Until she just appears. Blackmail me into doing something for her. Because you selected the option for domestic affiliate and not the option for an affiliate assist with work permits. I don't want assisting with work permits. I just want somewhere to send the players so that they can go and play. Him getting a Greek work permit or Greek citizenship won't help him get a work permit for England anyway. It's not like the good old days where you could just send them to Belgium for 3 years and they come back with an EU passport and you're golden. Brighton want Merthyr. Well, they can bite my tail. We don't want a 30-year-old either. £27.5 million, though. Inter are interested in our third choice goalkeeper. That's a weird one. Yes, we'll take part. $14 remaining. We are now making an offer for Jake Elliott, who we don't want. So we'll withdraw it. Apparently we can't because they rejected it. Well, there we go then. That problem got solved very quickly. It has all gone very yellow, but at least the font's black now. When the game first came out, everything went yellow and the font stayed white, which was, I mean, it wasn't ideal for seeing what was going on. Right, we don't need this guy and the Canadian guy. So which one do we want? What's his name? Mr. Canada, Giovanni Thomas. So Joseph would be our best striker. So this guy seems like the better of the two. He's a sign whatever the price situation. Asking prices a little high. Oh my word, he doesn't want much, does he? No release clauses here. Right, if we get him, we're not going to sign Thomas. Which is, I don't really want him as a striker. I want another option for attacking midfield because Brooks has gone. So we only have Wellington really to play as attacking midfield. So I need someone else who can play in there. So I want to delay him. Why is it only giving me the option to accept or cancel? Can't I delay until midnight? That's ridiculous. We'll just try and continue without doing it. Right, so he's gone to Olympiacos. Must respond. We're not going to get either of them, are we? I've got to cancel because I want the other guy. Watch the other guy not come now. Just to mess with me. I mean, it literally happened. What, 55 minutes later? But now we can't resurrect this one. And I bet he won't discuss terms now. Yep, brilliant. Love Football Manager, me. We didn't get Josh Weaver either. What a deadline day. Oh, my word. 29-year-old who can play fullback on either side. Don't really want him because he's old. Withdraw. Reload save. I'm not a cheat. Don't want a 32-year-old. My director of football's trying to do a deadline day for me, and I'm just making it not letting it happen for him. We're actually quite a small squad right now. We have a first team squad of 22, 3 of which are goalkeepers. Might have to move some boys up from the youth team. I guess Kleber could come up. And then I'd really like to be able to recall him. Can we recall him? Nope. Brilliant. Really glad that I've made it so I can't recall any of these loans. That's a big help. Ah! Right, 29-year-old Fran. No. Too old. Bob Robertson. So, Robert Robertson, that is. You're not fooling anyone with this Bob nonsense, Robert. He's better than any other striker at the club, apparently. We don't need a striker, though. Where's Tammy in this universe? Probably retired now. And we don't need a striker. There you go. He's an unemployed assistant manager. Old man again. Stop offering old men. I went to school with Steve Stevens. That's a great name. His parents must have hated him. Richard Delop. I mean, he is a left back. We do need a left back. He's apparently better than any other left back we've got. Yeah, fine. We'll take him just because we need a player. I bet we run out of time. There's not a chance we get this guy done in time. Ah! He's gone to Watford, who are paying far less money than we offered. Someone was asking before about if I'm struggling with players not coming because of our reputation. Yes, I am. We've seen multiple examples of it on that deadline day. Rubbish. Oh well, we'll be fine. How does my director of football make so many offers? Because I tell him to make offers. Do you tell yours to make offers? I have that turned on. If you don't have that turned on, he won't make as many offers. Ah, why did it stop? That was weird. It went up and then came back down again, and I don't know why. Yeah. It's not my legs or my bum this time. My testicles were getting a little bit numb. I was sat in an awkward manner. Just needed to loosen off the old scrotum. Now I wants a new contract. Now he doesn't. Top target recommendation. We weren't the lowest rage bill when we came up. I think Portsmouth will have been lower than us all season. Right, we should have time to squeeze in one more game this afternoon, because then you've got tour at 4, and a Disney video at 5. So we've got content coming out the butthole today. You thought we were going to do a whole stream without me saying butthole? Well, I didn't. I said butthole just then. So yeah, we're going to do one more game. I will be back tomorrow afternoon, which will be my last Leamington stream for about a week and a half. So it would be nice to finish the season tomorrow. That's the plan. Try and get this season done. No guarantees, but we will try. No network game on Thursday, remember, because Zealand doesn't love us. No way to sugarcoat it. He just said, no, I don't really fancy it. Not really up for it this week, chaps. But there might be, we might squeeze in a network game on Sunday. We are trying. It depends on availability of everybody. So watch this space for that. Not this. Actually, watching this space probably won't help. Watch Twitter. That's a good space to watch. Failing that, there will be no streams at all next week because I'm away. So potentially last stream for like a week and a half tomorrow. So you can bring a toy from home. We are going to have a party atmosphere. If everyone brings a bottle of pop or like a plate of sausage rolls, cheese and pineapple on a stick, or if you've got taste buds, cheese and onion on a stick, anything along those lines, we'll have an end of term party. It'll be lovely. A big bowl of mystery crisps, multiple flavours in one bowl. Absolutely up for that. Love a mystery crisp. Just get like a 6-pack of mixed Walker's flavours, empty them all into one big bowl, and just fill your boots. Oh, beefy! Pork pies. I'd take a pork pie. Pork pies are a little bit extravagant for a primary school last day of term. Sausage rolls, maybe. Like cheap freezer sausage rolls. Pork pies. I don't know that I ever had a last day of term where someone brought pork pies in. They may as well bring vol au vents or caviar if they're going to bring pork pies. Pork pies are far too fancy. Scotch eggs. Not proper Scotch eggs. Those ones that have like scrambled egg in, maybe. Cocktail sausages. Yeah, they work. Mini rolls. Everyone loves a mini roll. A couple of big jugs of squash in various flavours, but definitely made too weak. We've all been there. We're going to have a lovely time. I imagine some kid's going to be sent in with carrot sticks or like celery or something. That kid's getting beaten up on the way home. Pringles? All right, Mr. Fancy. Pringles? Someone grew up in a millionaire place. I don't think Pringles had been invented when I was at primary school. Pringles are an expensive crisp. Morrison's own brand. Where the green bag's cheese and onion and the blue bag's salt and vinegar. Because they get it the right way round. Mystery crisps. Oh, Pink Panther wafers, absolutely. See, some of you get it. Some of you have done last day of term. Traditional crisps, ruffled crisps, or kettle crisps. Again, cheap crisps. It's the last day of term at primary school. Buy Pringles at Christmas. That's it, because they're cheaper. Ice gems, yes. In America, Pringles are the cheap option. Not here. It's like a pound. It's like £1 for a tube of Pringles, isn't it? To be fair, we never had a buffet style thing on the last day of term. Talking a millionaire place. I mean, buffet is a bit strong. It was a kids' party. Moses, thank you very much for 8 months. Yeah, party rings for sure. Cheap cheddar and pineapple chunks on toothpicks. Yes, definitely. Even though it's disgusting, it was always there. Well, it looks like we're ending the stream with a defeat, which is a little bit sad after the form that we've been in. We've got some very tired boys again. Kleber's on that. Should we have a look at Kleber? We're going to bring Kleber on for Wellington. Imagine if he's good. Making his Premier League debut at 19 after costing less than pretty much everyone else in the team. He was almost as cheap as Godwin, and we signed him in non-league. We have a Brazilian teenager. Pringles are £2.50. My word, I don't buy Pringles. I don't really like them. I prefer proper crisps. Don't really trust Pringles. Who's got time to cut the potatoes into that shape? Favorite crisp? I just like a pack of Walker's Smoky Bacon, really. Frazzles are pretty good. Scampi fries are pretty good. I actually prefer bacon fries to Frazzles because they're a little bit harder. Got more of a snap to them. If we're talking proper crisps, I like you can tell I've gone full wang these days. I like Marks and Spencer's sea salt and balsamic vinegar crisps. They're a little bit thicker, like kettle chips. You can get them in the M&S meal deal, which is the best meal deal. Boys and girls, we're ending the stream there in the disappointment of defeat. We had a disappointing deadline day, a disappointing defeat against a team we'd beaten earlier in the afternoon. Very sad. But we will be back tomorrow afternoon, like I say, hopefully to finish the season. And you've got 2 videos coming up now. You've got Tour Now on YouTube, LOLLUJO, that's me. And then 5 o'clock, my other channel, where I walk around Disney trying to buy things. Because I love to buy things. But I will see you back here tomorrow, regardless of whether you do as you're told and go and watch those videos. I recommend you do. They're great. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thank you for watching, folks. Toodle pip. Bye-bye.